Hello Farley, this is Steve here, the Zulu. Congratulations on 1,000 subs, mate. Wow, it's unbelievable. 1,000 people on this planet have subbed to you. It's just an amazing channel, mate. Well deserved. And it's absolutely brilliant, mate. I've got no words can express how I feel. You set us a little competition, and I just like to enter it. And I just thought I'd put an entry in. The questions are, there's 5 questions. I'll go through them. That's a good idea, isn't it? Well, that in order to enter the competition, you've got to answer the questions. Thing that got me into heavy metal, number 1. One thing sort of didn't. It was a progression, if you like. I got into music in about 72, 73 at the age of 6. I was born in 1966. And Bohemian Rhapsody was in the charts by Queen, that sort of era. Then I used to, because music records then were out of the question for us. My old man was a big Johnny Cash fan, and he used to buy a lot of country and western vinyl. But for us kids, we could not afford to buy records, because what you got to remember in them days, it was all on vinyl and tape. There was no CDs or anything like that. But as it went through the 70s, I was into a lot of the bands. I heard Motorhead when they came out, a lot of them sort of 70s era bands. I sort of was aware of them, but never sort of paid much attention to them. When it came to the 80s, I was into a lot of music like the ska, reggae and all that stuff. But it was Bruce Dickinson of Iron Maiden that made me a metalhead with Run to the Hills. I think that was about 82, 83. It was off Number of the Beast, I believe. But that album just blew me away. And it was Iron Maiden's fault. I became a metalhead. And I have remained all my life a metalhead. I've never diverted from the path or anything. Metal will always be my number 1 music. That's basically how I got into it. Was listening with my parents. I listened to a lot of Johnny Cash and that sort of stuff in the 70s. All our music was on the radio, and I was aware of bands like Motorhead, Sabbath, them sort of bands. But as I say, never bought the music till about 81. Plus the fact 82 I left school, I could earn my own money. I think CDs were around in 82. I might be wrong. But I think that's when the CD was invented. Was it around about 82, 83? If it was, because in England they were horrendously expensive. They were like £20 a piece. So you had to be very careful what you bought. They're not as cheap as they were now. In them days, you only could afford one a week on the wages I was earning. And, you had to make it count. But that's how I got basically into heavy metal. Number 2, favourite thing about the VC. That's an easy one. It's when Scott and Renee of Holsper hold music up, or someone puts me onto some new music. It's like one of the biggest finds, I'll say some of the biggest finds I've had recently was from Scott when he put me onto Biogenesis, awesome band. Renee put me onto Evil Speak, another brilliant band. And it's all the bands that people put me onto on the VC, and when they're really, really good, it's just amazing. That's what I love about the VC. Otherwise, your music just go a bit stagnant. You'll be listening to the same old stuff. You've got to be sort of adventurous in your record collecting. You've got to sort of get out there. And I love listening to all the different countries' metal. Some of it's awesome. It's absolutely brilliant. But that's my favourite thing about the VC. Is people like Scott, when they put me onto this music, and and Aaron and Farley and everybody, and I get some good music from it. Really love it. What do I hate about the VC? Well, one thing, Metal Theologian, when he's on his channel talking away, and when he's swigging all that soda pop, I can't drink any pop. I love to know what it tastes like, especially that Mox's or that butterscotch one. I sometimes watch Aaron's channel and just think, wow, wish I could have a swig of that pop. I know what Mountain Dew tastes like, and Coca-Cola and Orangeade and all that stuff. You get it over here. But some of that butterscotch flavoured stuff he drinks and Mox's, I'd love to have a swig of it. but that's the worst thing I hate about the VC. Not experiencing Aaron's pop. Who would I like to spend the day with in the VC? Well, the obvious ones would be Scott, Aaron, Farley. They're the obvious ones. But the one I would most like to, or Cloudy, the one I'd like most to spend the day at the VC with is Greg Blackmore Rules. I think it'll be nuts. It'll be just a fun day out. We can compare music. He could tell me about Deep Purple. I could play him some hardcore thrash or a bit of death or something. But probably Greg Blackmore Rules. Sort of when we shoot the films, we have a laugh as well in between on the comments. I've never met Greg, but Greg has been to where I come from, Birmingham. He went there with Cloudy. If you look on the back catalogue of his videos, where they were in Sawfish Records, it's just up the road from me. But yeah, if it's one person I'd really like to meet in the VCs, Greg Blackmore Rules. But I'd like to meet everybody. I think we should all have a reunion. I won't say a reunion, a big meet-up one day. Choose a neutral country, probably be America, and just all meet up one day for the crack. That's what I love to do. And the next one's going to make you laugh. Do I have any... hang on a minute, yeah. The bonus question. Farley says, do I have any hidden talents? I do indeed. I don't play instruments or anything like that. I thought about twice about this might destroy my credibility in the VC, but I do have a hidden talent. Many years ago I could have got a job as a flower arranger, because I love cactuses and various begonias and stuff like that, flowers. And man, do I raise some eyebrows, me walking around a garden centre with my Iron Maiden t-shirt on, looking at the flowers. But that's a talent I've got. I'm pretty good at it as well. And the trouble was, this is about 30 years ago. I'm not homophobic or anything like that, but it was like men becoming hairdressers. There was a bit of, ripping about. But I wish to God I could have got an apprenticeship to be a flower arranger. I thought I said flower ranger then. But that's one big regret in my life. But I am pretty good at flowers. I do keep cactus here. I have got another cactus. I have another channel on YouTube called Cactus Steve. You can check it out. There's about 3 or 4 videos on there where I've made about my cactus plants. I would show you one, but they're a bit dry at the moment because we don't start to water them to the end of March. If you put too much pressure on the pots, they might go shooting out, and I'd have to pot them. But I do keep cactus in the flat, and if you count it as a talent, I'm pretty good at arranging flowers. And when they see me in a Wasp t-shirt or an Iron Maiden t-shirt, arranging flowers or in a garden centre. But I hope you've had a laugh today. But this is my entrance to the Farley's 1000 sub contest. Again, Farley, Chris, I think it's Chris, I'm sure it is, or Farley anyway. Big congratulations to me. I mean it from the heart, brother. I'm really made up for you. And think about the reunion idea. Maybe we could get something together in the next couple of years and pick out a neutral country or somewhere we could all meet up somewhere. And I'd love to go. And I'll tell you one thing. The first thing I'd do with Greg when I meet him is help him shovel some snow. That'll be a great icebreaker. All the best, folks. This is the Zulu saying goodbye. Tonsients.